Hello and welcome. Today we're in the USA, just north of the San Francisco Bay at the Sonoma Raceway. It's another mod circuit. I will leave a link in the description that takes you to another channel's video which details exactly what you need to do and where you need to go to apply this should you wish to do so. It's really very easy, and he did such a good job of explaining it in his video that for me to go and rehash it just seemed very silly. So he's quite happy for me to link you to him, so I will just do that. It's far simpler that way. So today's race is going to be a 20-minute race on the default date, which is the 24th of July 2017. We're going to start at 6 o'clock in the morning to take advantage of the early morning sun rising over the local hills. Adds a little bit of drama, I suppose. We've got medium cloud, a standing start, no pit stops, and a heavy rubbered race-ready circuit. Our opponents will be the usual maxed out JCW Mini Grid on 120 skill level with a high aggression, and today we're going to be starting from 10th. So, without further ado, let's get on track. Hello. Crikey. Easy, Tigers. We'll have a look at that in the replay. See if that was an AI thing or if that was just one of those things. It's a very flowing circuit, it's very nice to drive. Scenery is very, very similar to Willow Springs, isn't it? Very similar. Well, it's not that surprising really. It's only 6 hours north up the coast to Willow Springs. So this is sort of north side of San Francisco Bay, and Willow Springs is north of Los Angeles. So it's, yeah, I suppose it's no great surprise that they look very similar. And the track designers done a very good job of making use of the natural terrain as well. The way they've sort of carved the circuit in. It's really very cool. Looks good in the early morning sun as well. I'll try braking a bit earlier for that chicane. I seem to be just going in there a bit too wild. Right, now we're a bit closer to Ellis. We can have a better comparison as to where we're strong and where we're weak compared to them, and where we're different. Take very different lines through here. We sacrificed the left to make more of the right. Didn't seem to make a whole lot of difference there. Same here. Sort of level pegging. Maybe on a push lap there'd be a bigger difference, but on a nice chilled out, relaxed lap, it was about the same. Push harder in the middle of that corner, don't they? And yeah, we seem to gain on the exit, so they sacrifice exit for mid-corner speed in that long left, coming back down the hill. And they've got a very different line in there. They don't use anywhere near as much of the road as what I am. So the entrance to their second part of that right is really heavily compromised, and then pushes them out wide. Right, okay, so yeah, I think we'll follow Ellis for a little bit, because it might help the modders. What I'll do, especially for that first lap thing, we'll send the footage to the modders, and it might help them. They might tell me just to go away and stop pestering them and mind my own business, but yeah, if they can see a good comparison of strengths and weaknesses, then yeah, look, if you sacrifice to left to then make most of the right, you can gain an awful lot. I mean, that was a nice easy entrance there, and we made loads of time back there. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll follow Ellis for a bit. We'll pass it on to the modders, and if they're able to make adjustments in the areas that are needed, then they may be receptive to it. We'll see. But whether they do or they don't, I'm still very, very thankful that they've given me what they've given me already, because this track is lovely to drive. Yeah, look, we could probably overtake him if we wanted to here. Yeah, that really... Oh, they must be losing half a second there alone. really hurts them. Look. Okay, well that's a good example of that for them. So yeah, maybe they can use it. They do seem to take a better line for there though. They seem to hug the the left hand a lot tighter. The reason it works well on the first corner is because you can't rely on the steering lock to get you round the corner when you reach the crest of the hill. So if you can sacrifice the left, that then straightens out the right, which means you don't have to use as much lock to make the corner, and yeah, and it really helps you out. I don't suppose it's easy to pick up from the video footage, but the steering wheel gets really light. Like you go from having loads of grip because you're going uphill to having virtually no grip at all when you reach the crest of the hill, when you've got no weight on the tyres anymore. So you can't really afford to be asking the front tyres to be turning as well as trying to maintain forward traction and everything else you're asking them to do. Just need to reduce the load a little bit. So yeah, there's a few little areas. But the biggest issue's got to be that chicane. Because we've got 10th place is nearly 30 seconds down now. So it's, you know, there's definitely something not quite right there. If we timed that right, we could overtake him there, I reckon. Well, I wouldn't say keep it as tight as that, Ellis, but you know, that's one way of doing it, I suppose. Now this track doesn't have that sort of giggly factor that Willow Springs gave me, where it was just so much fun I couldn't help but get the giggles. This is giving me a different sort of vibe. It's still like, oh, this is awesome. It's but it's not a fun awesome. It's a technical awesome. It's very, very technical, this circuit. There's a lot of things you can do here to make the difference. You have options around you. I thought about it. Didn't take long for me to then realise that it wasn't going to happen. Yeah, those curbs are evil, aren't they? They're even shaped like ramps. Got to keep off that inside curb as well. Can't use that, it's too aggressive, it pitches the car too much. Yeah, if you were racing someone well matched to you, this would be very difficult to overtake at this track. I mean, as it happens, I mean, I kind of know that when I get him, it's going to be on the double, it's going to be leaving the double right-hander or into here. But if that advantage for me wasn't there, I don't actually know where I'd do it. You'd have to make sure that you could get them on the run. I mean, here is very dodgy, clearly. Sorry, buddy. Misjudged that just a little bit. Can't really get into there. Yeah, that didn't work. No, it didn't. Front end never really hooked up by taking a later entry the long left, so that doesn't work. I don't really want to do it here because I want to try and do it somewhere where I don't have a massive advantage. So then you can then see how you would otherwise do it. Bit of bumper there. Like a green bumper. So is that McKenna green? They're very good in here. I would never be able to get them in there. So yeah, it's very difficult to know where you would go. Yeah, I mean that's about as good a run as you're going to get there, and it still wasn't good enough. It's very easy to get crowded out to the inside as well. So, get a good exit here maybe? Don't want to get squeezed against that curve there. Okay, so you can do it. You can get an exit out of the left. Turn it back through again. Don't hit that curb. Bumpers suddenly appearing. It's like the Matrix. want to see if I can get him. I want to try and get him through here. No. Yeah, they're sort of good enough, aren't they? It's everywhere you need to be. So yeah, if you had a tight AI, this would produce an absolutely awesome race. Potentially frustrating, I suppose, because you could be in a situation where you're stuck behind someone. But I don't know, could also be absolutely brilliant. Oh, he's rolled it. Oh, Ellis. Tusk. How very disappointing. We'll have a look at that. More bumpers. Rear wing. Oh my goodness. The old parts truck's going to be pretty light on the way home, isn't it? See Dixon's bumper flashing up again. So yeah, there's a number of AI issues, isn't there? And there's a number of programming issues going on this circuit. But to drive, mega. Yeah. Lovely. I've got no issues with the driving side of it in terms of the player driving. Yeah, very good. Right, let's get to the bottom of the hill and then we'll have a little look at the times. So a 42.7, 43.9. Well, the gap is bigger than that because in one of my setup races I did a 41.9. I think it was 8 or 9. So yeah, you can pretty much knock another second off of that. So, but yeah, it's 1.2, about 2.2 seconds a lap. Right, let's get into replay, shall we? I'll see you in a second. Well, I really enjoyed that race. It is a bit of a shame that the AI is, you know, a fair bit behind, and it's got some issues with its line choices that cause it catastrophic issues, really, with the rollovers. But I have, so whilst I was racing this very race, I got an email back from the mod creator of this circuit. Because I'd previously emailed them about the Willow Springs circuit, and they have no control over the AI speed. They cannot control the points of the AI, is what he referred to it as. Razor do not offer the tools for them to be able to modify it. So what we have is what we have, and it's as good as it's going to be in that respect. So it would be lovely if the AI was revamped and was able to be up to the what I would say is the current standards with the later releases. But with the mods we've got and the tools that the mods are allowed to use, what we have is what we have. So it is what it is. Yeah. But even so, even with the issues of the AI, I still thoroughly enjoyed driving on this circuit. So I will be back here again. In fact, I'll be back here before I go back to Donington. I can guarantee you that. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, if you like what you've seen and you've enjoyed what I still think was a good race, please do consider liking and subscribing. And until the next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.